talking.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Heck Rambo, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coolest Vibes. You already know the vibes. Today's video is basically about season 1, episode 5 of Bad Boys LA, and we're gonna get into some things. We start off the episode with Milan and Anthony basically in a dining room, and they're talking about the plans for the day or whatever. Their plans basically are to go to the studio during the day and later on in the night have a fashion show. But Milan also has some surprises for the boys since everybody's been so sexually frustrated in the house and haven't really got anything. He got a little surprise for all the boys, which he's going to later reveal in the day. All the boys share their excitement and their feelings basically about going to the studio for the first time for some of them, and basically just making a new song to represent the Bad Boys. Some of them seem excited, some of them seem a little nervous, some of them are not interested in that and want to jump straight to the fashion show because it's just not their thing. Me personally, I would have been ready to jump in that studio. I love to rap. If y'all don't know that, I like to rap. I would have wrote something up, I would have added my little, I would have been ready for the studio, and I would have been ready for the fashion show. I also like to model. I participated in college in a fashion show, and that shit was fun. I would love to do it again, period. Cause I would have bodied the studio with my lyrics. Yeah, cause I can get there. And then for the fashion show, I would have bodied too. Like, why not? So the boys get to the studio, whatever, and they start trying to figure out like what beat fits them right, or what beat sounds great to them. They listen to a couple of different beats and stuff like that, and so they land to the one that sticks out to them the most. And it's the Bad Boys intro song. They all heard the beat. When they all heard that beat, they was all bumping like, that's the Bad Boy. After they picked the song or whatever, the producer basically asks them who wants to go first and hop in the studio. Milan, he was ready. He jumped in. He was like, I'm ready to spin my bars. Let's go. Let's get it on. He hopped in the booth and he started spitting his. After him, it was Curtis's turn. Curtis put his little input. He put his little rap. It was good or whatever. Gutter jumped in. It was Greta's turn, and I feel like they all genuinely did good. Moolah also jumped in and he did his part. He sang his little 1-2-1-2 lyrics, Honestly, in my opinion, who had the best lyrics, to be honest, I can say was, when he started it off was Milan. I feel like Curtis did his, he did his thing, but I feel like who had the best verse was going in was Gutter. Gutter always bodies the track, so I fucked with his verse a lot too. Cause I just like how he flows on the beat, and it was like you can tell it was off of his head or whatever. You can tell that everybody wrote their lyrics, but you could tell like, I don't know, he just had a a nice flow with the beat. I'm ready to hear the song. So after everybody got they did their little 1-2 raps in the studio or whatever, when it was time for Anthony to go, the guy Matt who was doing their songs, he decided that it was time for him to go because they spent like 2 hours just trying to get all 3 of their verses in and stuff like that. So I guess his studio time was up. Matt didn't finish wrapping up the song and putting everybody's shit together, so like everybody was kind of like panicking and stuff like that. Kirion offered to like look up a YouTube video and like help out and put his little input. I don't really know nothing about Kirion like that until the show, so like I don't know how good he is with music. Mulan is looking at him like, are you crazy? This is our song. Like, I don't know, you said you don't know what you're doing, and I just feel like a YouTube video is not going to help you learn what to do. What if you press the wrong thing and delete all the progress we just had? Which is understandable. Like, they don't want to just have to do all of that for no reason. And then you saying, you had work, but you don't know what you're doing. So, of course, I wouldn't let nobody touch my shit if they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I just felt like, the argument, it was getting too blown out of proportion because he just took it the wrong way, and he felt like Milan was trying to like put him down about his work and just tell him like, you just can't do that shit. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I just felt like Milan was trying to shut him down, and all Milan was trying to tell him was like, we just did all this work. We spent all these hours in the studio, and this man just left with our work just still sitting there, and you telling me that you want to help, but you don't know what you're doing. You want to look at a YouTube video, but I understand some people would have gave it a try, but I don't know now. Like, to be honest, I would have waited until they got another engineer in the room and to work on our shit and get our shit together. I would have not had him do it if he don't know what he's doing. I kind of feel where Milan was coming from, but then I kind of understand where Kirion is coming from too, because he probably was just trying to you never know if it would have worked. Like, it's always good to try new things. But then again, you also said you didn't know what you was doing. So I'm kind of completely more on Milan's side than yours. I'm just being real. I feel like throughout the whole episode, they dragged the argument out. It kept going, it kept going, they kept going back and forth. So the whole ending of the episode was basically them going back and forth about the situation. Kirion was being stubborn, Milan was being stubborn. They just wasn't letting it go. They kept going back and forth. It's giving very much like sexually frustration, and giving very much like they might like each other. Maybe they want to like get it on. Also, speaking of that, I forgot to add in also that during this, before they even picked the song, Milan and Darrell's had a little flirtatious thing going on, and the boys talked about it. They said there's nothing really going on, but it's not that deep. But you never know what's going on behind the cameras. Come on now, come on. The ending of the episode was basically Milan and Kirion going back and forth, just disrespecting each other, like saying Milan was talking stuff about Kirion and his father. Kirion was calling Milan like a sissy, and just calling him out of his name, and they was just kept disrespecting each other for no reason over something so little, and just was like everybody was getting frustrated to the point where everybody was just like, oh, we out of here. Like, it's like they was just done with it. Everybody was done with it. Greta was like, I never want to record a song with y'all hoes ever again. And I kind of felt it, because it's like, that's supposed to be a place of positivity and creativity. You're not supposed to be in there beefing and like doing the most. Got into the parking lot between Mulan and Kirion. It was honestly just really annoying, and I just felt like they were dragging the situation on. If y'all was gonna fight, just fight. Obviously wasn't trying to let y'all get on the bus until y'all fought it out, and then get on the bus and go where y'all have to go to. How basically they ended the episode just with Kirion and Mulan arguing, and they showed us what they was going to show us for next week. And so supposedly something pops off next week. So I feel like this episode was more of like the calm before the storm. It was the everybody good vibes, chilling. We get a little bit of arguing and back and forth, but next episode looks like it's about to be lit. So I'm ready to tune in, and I'm ready to see what pops off, because this episode, it was given, but it wasn't given what it was supposed to give. But it was definitely given studios and showing their creativity, but it wasn't given drama and excitement. And that's on next episode. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you guys like it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and the vibes.